Ladies and gentlemen, listen to Rick.
Hey, look at that. I remixed the intro music to something a little more fresh. What up?
What's up? Hey,
everybody?
now.
How's it going?
Welcome to the show. Yeah, we are live, bro. Don't you see the live in the corner? L-I-V-E. It means live. It also means live. It also means leve in certain European countries. What's up, fellas? We got the Monday night chop up. Big T will be in a little bit. We got MOC. We got Johnny Six over here hanging out, chilling. So what are you guys up to? How was your weekend?
I had to work all weekend, so it was about as good as you can expect, I guess.
Well, then make something up, would you?
I'll do that next time.
Okay. And John, how was your weekend? Jesus Christ.
Weekend was pretty standard. Weekend was pretty standard. I mean, Saturday goes that. Then we ran into Valentine's Day. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that. But, I mean, like Valentine's Day, like I'm not going to ask you guys anything about your personal business. That's yours. And obviously we're live. History of Valentine's Day, though. Do you know what it is?
I don't know anything about it.
All right.
Outside of the Hallmark, Cupid shooting somebody in the ass type thing. I'm at like, you know what it is? Nobody. I was disappointed in myself that I did not know.
All right, hold on. I'm going to give you an intro. Johnny on the chop up. What's the history, bro?
Now you're putting me on the spot. That's a little much. All right, so it's a pagan holiday. I'm going to read this to you guys. While some people believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of St. Valentine's death, blah, blah, blah. We'll go through this. To begin the festival of the death of the members of Luperigi, an order of Roman priests would gather at a sacred cave where the infants Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, okay, that's fucking weird, were believed to have been carried by a she-wolf or lupa. That's right, a fucking she-wolf or lupa. Start there. The priest would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification, because that makes a lot of sense, right? Oh, I'm still going. I'm still going. They would then strip the goat's hide into strips, dip them into the sacrificial blood, and take to the streets. I'm not done yet, boys. We all went to Catholic school. Gently slapping both women in crop fields with the goat hide. Far from being fearful, Roman women welcomed the touch of the hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. Later in the day, according to legend, all the young women in the city would place their names in a big urn. The city's bachelors would each choose a name and become paired for the year with their chosen women. These matches often ended in marriage. And whoever sent that to me to like that be a topic, you're welcome.
That is kind of ridiculous.
Did you get that?
Romulus and Remus, those are the twins that used to suck on the mother wolf's nipples, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know a little Roman history. It's one of my.
Did you get all?
I got.
Told you I was coming.
I got enough of it, but I was like, meh.
So it's safe to say the holiday has changed just a little.
So how did it get from that? There has to be a long like history of like just being absorbed by different religions and stuff and being changed, because to go from like priest in a cave, which sounds kind of weird anyway, to being about like fucking, I mean, I know that's probably where they hang out. I have this running theory. There's a Catholic school over here, and right next to the rectory, there's like a walkway, and like literally every month, about a foot of the fucking walkway falls through, and they have to re-blacktop it. And my theory is that they have like a path running underneath the street into like a house where they take all their little kids. Well, I mean, that's a lot of assumptions, but you know.
But also, you're basing that on that an assumption of a religion that we all believe that a cosmic. Oh, well, I don't believe it. We went to a school where a cosmic zombie rose up, right? That's what we're talking about. Like, if you
Yeah.
really want to get down to it.
Well, we shouldn't offend too many of the cosmic
No,
zombie.
I'm not trying to offend anybody this early.
Yeah, because we have 0 watchers, so it's okay. We can
Yeah.
say whatever we want. But I don't know how it went from. How does it make that's a wild leap to go from
Well,
That's a
Priest
a
in
bit
a
of a
cave.
left turn.
priest in a
It's like
cave.
you follow All Hallows Eve through the years and turning into Halloween what it is now. It's like a game of telephone. Every generation changes it just a little bit more, and then all of a sudden, 150 years later, you've got what we've got now.
Yeah, you got Kermit the Frog costumes instead of human sacrifice. I just don't know where they got where they came up with all these hearts and stuff. Hearts and chocolate.
Like, yeah, they sacrificed a dog. It's like, I don't even know if they had dogs back then, did they? Like, where'd that come from?
Of course, they had dogs.
Well, no, I'm talking dogs. Well, they're wolves, correct. But now they're calling it dogs. That means somebody, as Matt just said, that means somebody edited it.
Yeah, history is edited by the victors. What do they say? History is written by the victors.
Yes.
There you go. You know what? When I went to Rome, I went to the Vatican, and man, I gotta be honest with you, I was like a little disgusted. It was like
Was that
yeah.
First of all, can we stop real quick? Was that like a big drop right there? When I went to Rome and I was in the Vatican.
oh, to like do this, like pat myself on the back, self high five. No, it was relevant to the story.
He probably said thank you for your 9 years of service.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They said thank you by charging me $40 for a rosary that he fucking blessed in bulk. So
You bought that?
anyway,
You bought
If
that?
you bought that, that's on you.
well, it's for my aunt. She's like still into that shit. But you'd walk in there and you see like a whole wing of it would be like African gold and like all these relics and shit. It's like the history of Africa, everything from like 300 400 BC until about 500 years ago. It's like there's nowhere in Africa that has any of this stuff. It's just in the Vatican, and it's the same with like a lot of the areas that they that they conquered. So it's
That's all the stuff they're showing you.
Oh yeah, I've read the Da Vinci Code.
Exactly.
I know there's some down in the basement.
Yes.
So, yeah, what's your theory on how it went from that to Cupid and shit?
Well, it's like I said, every generation changes stuff, and it's almost like whitewashing history. You're trying to, what's going to distract people most about, sacrificing dogs and all that shit John was talking about. Oh, I know. How about cute little hearts and a little fat kid with wings flying around shooting people with arrows? That's a little bit more of I don't want to say a wholesome image, but it's a lot better than the alternative.
Well, I mean, you don't think little cherubs should be in the caves with the priests?
I think they already are, is the problem.
Don't tell anyone. So now how do we get St. Valentine's though? Like,
I think it's just
Well, no, it was
convenient.
originally.
Yeah.
It was a pagan holiday. This is where I went that before I read that. If you read more into it, it was actually a pagan holiday, and then Christianity actually kind of jacked it.
Well, that's what.
And all of a sudden we have exactly. But all of a sudden, like Matt just said, we have this little fat. That's fucking weird. For a second, right? All of a sudden, we get this little fat idiot shooting somebody with a goddamn arrow. I'm pissed by that.
Well,
You can't just shoot an arrow at me.
Let me use the Googles. Cupid was the god of something in the Greek, and Cupid is the
Yeah.
god.
Does anybody have a problem with that? You're shooting me with an arrow?
Cupid is the
That's
god
called-
of love.
If Cupid was, hold on. I'm gonna go hot here. If Cupid was around right now, that's called a date rape drug, bro. You can't just shoot me and make me fall in love.
That's
You can't shoot me with an arrow and make me fall in love. That's a fucking date rape drug.
he puts the G in G spot, the GHB in G spot. That's wild, bro.
All right, that was kind of scary that you know that.
What
You
GHB?
you do live in Florida, so you got to watch your own back.
Oh, people have done that to me before.
Well, you're a handsome son of a bitch.
Well, it's probably because I was like sharing drinks with someone. But let's
Yeah,
see.
I got bit by the sharing drinks once.
Yeah, man. Ancient Roman god of love in all its varieties, the counterpart of the Greek god Eros and the equivalent of Amor in Latin poetry. According to myth, Cupid was the son of Mercury, a winged messenger of the gods. and always the winged messenger of Venus, the goddess of love. All right, so that's how they made that connection. So they just decided to associate this little fucker with Valentine's Day
Yeah,
and
some
put it
guy.
all together. This is what
You can't
Mad
do
Men's
that.
all about. It's like the Mad Men in the fucking 1500s came up with all this. Marketing directors in the
They
Vatican.
did a good job.
They're like, what can we do? Let's take a little cherry beak and we'll mix it with the chocolates and we'll sell them in the streets. Yeah, that's how they sound in Italy. I can do that. I'm Italian.
I won't take offense.
Yeah, I mean, I offended myself there a little bit. So,
I mean, I don't get offended, but sure.
So, Valentine's Day, huh? I didn't do anything for that. I stayed home. And any holiday, I stay home. That way, I don't have to buy anybody anything, and I don't have to deal with if it's like a New Year's Eve or something. I have to deal with like rookies that are out.
Oh, yeah, that's amateur night.
Speaking at 10 p.m.
Yeah, I believe the famous quote is, "Yeah, that's like they're gonna go all Kanye on you." It's like I'm doing shit.
I go Kanye. That's fine.
Get away from me.
So,
I'm not a nice person to begin with, so it's like, dude, I'd rather not anybody yell at me.
yeah.
And we're in the middle of a pandemic. So, yeah, right. Man, to go right off of that, actually, just to riff off of that real quick. I was actually flying down to Florida it was like, 9 years ago? Sorry, Nick, wasn't coming to see you. But I was the first person in the airport. I took that, right to Orlando, took that 6 a.m. This, sat myself down. I'm talking backwards hat, dark glasses, literally sunglasses inside, everything on. Like, don't come talk to me. Old guy sat right next to me. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do with that? Do I look like a friendly person? I am a friendly person, but do I look like a friendly person? This means I want no space around me. There's nobody in this section. Why are you sitting next to me? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, and
it's like the urinal rule.
Yeah, it was the urinal rule, and yeah. I took it right to the old guy, 65 years old. He tried to, nope, not doing nothing. You're not taking this thing off of me. As I'm sitting here in this gate, 6 a.m. Sitting here, I was like, I'm sitting here with my glasses on, ready to go, going, nope, I'm not touching this guy. I'm not fucking with him. He's not moving me. He sat right next to me on my left, and I was just like, nope, not happening.
So you made it a pleasant flight for everyone involved. So
that was the gate. No, my flight was fine. I was A1, dude. Nobody was sitting next to me. But on principle, it was like this guy took the entire gate. Like the whole gate. I'm sitting there, and this guy, sun on, backwards hat, like a very offensive hoodie. Like, don't sit next to me. And the guy sat right next to me.
Oh, did I miss the offensive hoodie? What was the offensive hoodie?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know. That's why I asked you.
It was a different time in life, Nick. I'm not saying. Get out of here.
All right. I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I dip out of this. But I've riffed on that real quick just because that. Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine. Matt, you ever have a bad airport experience?
You haven't had really bad ones. I've flown out to LA a couple times.
Fancy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, first time I flew out, I had the grandson of one of the monkeys sit next to me.
Really?
Is that what he told you to get a hand job?
Yeah.
No, Matt, can I ask you a question here?
That was my big break.
Are you a talker during a flight or no?
It depends. I'm not going to start anything. Depending on my mood. If someone starts, if I don't have headphones in, then obviously, to me, headphones in is a sign to just leave me alone.
Right. That's etiquette, right? So if you were flying from here to LA,
Hartford,
from
LA.
East Coast,
Yep.
So you had a layover O'Hare, or where was the?
No, straight. No.
You did a straight rat.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's got cash.
That's where you don't. Yeah, that's where you don't talk to somebody. That as soon as you see somebody like Matt, like your earphones are in, you don't talk to that person.
Yeah, especially in like the first 10 minutes of the flight, because you still got 6.5 hours to go, and you set a precedent.
I was just about to say that my buddy, I won't say his name to protect the innocent here, but my buddy used to be he still is a musician. And he plays on a lot of cruises, and he has this theory that you can't hook up with anyone on a cruise in the first half of the cruise because if you do, then you're stuck with them the rest of the cruise, and it's going to be really awkward on the ship. So, and you can't seal the deal. You can set up the pins, but you can't throw the bowling ball down the alley because you're stuck with them. And it's the same theory. Like if you're on a long flight, don't say hello until there's maybe like an hour left. Because if it goes
south, say that again. Don't set up the pins. I like that one.
Yeah. You can set up the pins, but don't throw the ball down the alley until the middle of the trip. Because I've
actually never heard that before.
I just made it up. Of course you didn't hear it. I'm riffing, bro. That's what we do.
That's
here.
Fucking pretty good then.
What he actually said happened was he wound up hooking up with one of the bartenders, and they're not allowed to hook up with anybody or even like what is that? Fraternize? They're not allowed to fraternize. They're not allowed to go out into the bars and drink and anything like that. So he wound up.
Yeah, they told you that in your life.
He told me this whole story on a podcast like 10 years ago. So I'm giving you the abridged version. But he wound up hooking up with a bartender like the second night of a 7-day cruise. And so he was stuck with her for four more nights. And then her boss found out what she was doing and fired her while they're in the middle of the ocean. So she had to stay in his room for the last 3 days of the cruise.
Yeah, you can't leave your room. Yeah.
But no, she had to stay with him.
Don't ask how I know that.
Oof.
So he got stuck with her for 7 days, like a live-in girlfriend, basically. Because he just decided to get drunk one night and take the bartender home.
And then, if you fuck up, they actually they just drop you off.
Yeah, I don't know if they.
Don't ask how I know that. Well, no, I know. Don't ask how I know that.
So they just pull up to the port and just leave you there,
and you're fucked. Find your way home.
Wow.
If you break that many rules, they.
Well, you need to tell us. The whole point of a podcast.
I didn't say it was me.
You're setting up a fucking story and then being like, but I can't tell you. You know, that's so annoying.
Story's not happening.
She had a very offensive sweatshirt, but I'm not going to tell you. Oh, okay. I have this amazing story from the south of France when I was on cocaine, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. How about the Justice League?
I don't do drugs. Yeah, I'm going to lead into Justice League.
There's a good transition. All right, so yeah, let's see what's up with this Snyder cut here. So let's play this bad boy. I figured out how to use this shit. So live react if you wish. Okay.
I thought this was great when you sent it to me. That's a good cut, right, Matt? What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting. Just
big
from the
on
start, but obviously as it goes forth, you can see how much stuff is just brand new footage not seen.
What's up, Terrell?
What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
We're just watching this trailer and then we're gonna react to it.
I think there's an attack coming.
My lord, this world will fall.
I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
How do you know your team's strong enough? If you can't bring down the charging bull, then don't wave the red cape at it.
Love that line.
That's good.
You were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, find out what that reason is.
I thought that was dope.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It will. It has to. We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Isn't that right? Batman.
All right. He's in the house.
Reactions.
Sorry about that, y'all. I'm not at home, so I had to bring my travel kit out. So I got a shitty mic. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you.
I got you, man. That was awesome. You hopped in right at the right time. That as Nick was starting that, as Nick was just starting that, to see reactions. You hopped right in. That was great.
Cool.
Yeah, I figured out how to screen share. I didn't realize it would actually just show
the whole thing,
the video as opposed to just my screen. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
So I know you're a big fan of comics. That's how we met, kind of. What's your first take on this? Like, how should we do it? Should we like what your thoughts on the original one was and what your thoughts on this one are going to be? I don't know. I'll hit you first.
Who me?
Yeah,
I get the honors.
You the honor. You're the man.
Thank you, kind sir.
You got the glowing mic. You got the presence.
I know you see all this, young man. I'm in the basement, bro.
Oh, that's dope. I like that. That's dope. I like that.
Like Rap City's going on. Is Big Tigger there? Basement.
Yeah, we about to wrap in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I got a good Harry Potter one. I'm just kidding.
Yo, so I think that I was really hype about it, man, because they finally put Darkseid in there. Because that was the whole thing. Because when Batman had the dream, Darkseid, he had that is it Omega symbol? The Omega symbol was in the on the ground when doing the first trailer came out, and I was like, oh shit, Darkseid gonna be in there. Then when I get to see the movie, you see nothing of Darkseid. So you just like confused, like, what the fuck, man? So when I saw when the trailer came out and Darkseid was like the second person you see, I said, oh shit, it's about to be on. So I don't know if do you know if they're gonna have a fight scene with them or not? Do anybody know? Did anybody hear anything about it?
That night?
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be kind of a setup for the next one. I'm not sure how they're going to work it. But I mean, watching the original, Whedon's cut, you could tell he was left out.
Yeah, you know what? I think they spent an extra $70 million on the movie, and I think Snyder knows that they're most likely it's like a fluke. They're not going to give him another one. You know what I mean? If it doesn't do amazing, so I think maybe he will put him in. Or if he doesn't put him in like the main plot, I think they're gonna dump a lot into the future plot there, where you see like the Joker and stuff. So at least there might be a fight with him there, or at least in that flashback when he fights all the Amazons. So I think we'll get to see him in battle. I don't know if he'll fight the Justice League, but I really hope he goes for the fences and does it.
And brings in Darkseid, right?
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, because the main villain from the original movie is in this. They redesigned him. He looks way more badass. His armor spikes out and stuff. I just don't know if they'll be able to have him and Darkseid as villains, at the same time. Like, I don't know.
Like Steel and Thunder, you're talking about? Like, kind of.
You're talking about Steppenwolf, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they do something different, where like in that final battle where it was Steppenwolf, it's actually Darkseid. And then they put Steppenwolf like in it earlier and they beat him quicker or something, which they can really do anything. I think this movie's only got like less than an hour of the original movie in it. It's like almost 3 hours of new footage. So it's like they could really do whatever they want. Anyway, so what are you hoping for other than the Darkseid fight? Anything else, T?
I just hope that, like, you know how like Thanos beat everybody in the first one?
Yeah.
I wanted to be something like that. That's what I wanted to be, something like that, instead of the happy ending. And then when we wait about a year, then we get the happy ending.
Yeah,
I
would hope so, but I don't think they're gonna give him that much. This was like the only reason they even let him finish this and do his version of it is because the internet, there's like literally like 50,000 people emailing Warner Brothers every day for like 2 years. Like they had a Facebook group and everything, and that was like their thing. Every morning they would email them. So Warner Brothers was finally just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But another thing I'm mad about.
I mean, you're not.
Go ahead, John.
Oh, no, because I was just gonna say, like, Nick knows how much of a big fan I am of Darkseid, so this is awesome that you are too. That's also amazing. Like, which I consider like because DC, let's be honest, has been kind of like behind the ball and everything recently. But like I'm a common big nerd, like a little bit to the old school. So like he knows that like Thanos, like again, Darkseid is technically the Thanos. Let's be honest with that. So that's where like I thought it was awesome, and that's why love that you love it too. So it's like I want to see where you want to go with it. I thought that was a great thing for you to bring up.
Yeah, this is the thing I really want to see. I got. Okay, this one is off the subject, but when you were saying that DC don't have really good movies and stuff like that, let me tell you this: DC has great anime movies. They have great anime movies.
Oh yeah.
I just don't understand why they can't incorporate that with their movies, because they have great anime movies. It's just the movie aspect is terrible.
It's really wild that like if you pick any one of their animated movies in the last 6-7 years, like, just the plot of any of those movies is better than the plot of any of their live action shit.
Yep.
And they all kind of all
so
the
like
Batman
you're saying when it
ones,
goes like big time cinema, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once
they
they
don't hit the
Is
mark.
that what you're like when it goes big? Is what you're saying? Okay.
yeah, I think when they get like a lot of the
So Matt, what do you
I didn't hear that.
Johnny
Thanks
froze.
No,
But
that's
I mean, I think the big difference is if you take a look at.
So the question
Marvel,
was, like, so when it goes big, no, when it goes big time,
John, you're cutting it out. Disconnect and reconnect. We'll come back to it. I have
So what?
all right, so like I was saying, I mean, the difference between I think we're judging DC on what Marvel has done. If you take a look at the evolution of what Marvel has done throughout the MCU, the big difference is Kevin Feige has his hands in everything. So there's that one guiding voice. DC originally started with Nolan as being kind of the Godfather. Yeah. And then he stepped back. And then it went to Snyder. And then unfortunately Snyder had his personal things come in where he had to take a step back. Then Whedon came in and put his own spin on it. So there hasn't been that one guiding voice to take everyone through every project with an endpoint in mind. It's almost like they threw 5 different characters together and then threw them all in a team just to make something because the Avengers did so well.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a reactionary movie. There wasn't any big thought put into it. But even in those like in the animated DC movies, at least the Batman ones, they're not obnoxiously referring to the last movie, but it's a linear story. Like if you watch one from like 5 years ago and you watch one today and then you kind of watch like Damian Wayne grow up almost throughout all the movies, but all of the actual stories are completely separate. They don't really mention it, but it's all the same characters, actors, and all that stuff. So, all right, Johnny's got a question here. Now that he's back, technical difficulties are over.
Can you hear us, Johnny?
Ask your question, sir.
No,
Johnny, ask the question, man.
No, I'm back. No, I asked a question.
We didn't hear.
No, we didn't hear you. You went out.
Can you hear me? Are you guys looking at me? Oh no! I said no. I had already. The question was before that, like, so to like the DC stuff like that as it goes to the movies, and that's what it led into like Matt talking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were cutting.
I figured that's where it was headed.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm personally, John. What are you excited about? Have you saw the original Justice League movie?
No.
Oh, okay. So, moving on. Matt saw it. We're also. I'm personally excited. So I've always stood by the Snyder movies, and Matt knows this because we've been talking about it for 7 years. Everyone hated on Man of Steel. I mean, did you guys at least see Man of Steel? Remember that one?
Yeah, I actually liked Man of Steel.
You know I've seen Man of Steel.
I don't know that. That's why I'm asking.
I think we were.
No, it was only 2000. It was like 2013 it came out.
Hold on, Man of Steel was the one when the first one, right? To introduce the dude. Okay, I thought it was pretty
Kevin
good.
Costner, Jonathan Kent, Russell Crowe as Jor-El.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I thought it was absolutely dope take on Superman and like all the detail put in Krypton and their society, the soundtrack. Like there's so much about that movie I liked. What everyone hated was when Superman killed Zod. which I think is fucking stupid because he kills him in Superman 2. Christopher Reeve throws him, like gives him a piece of kryptonite and throws him down a friggin' a shaft. Like he kills him. So that was the main argument with everyone from that movie. And then when Batman versus Superman came out, that was arguably a shitty movie. However, when the unlimited version came out, which was like the director's cut, it was incredible because it actually filled in all the plot holes. He understood the dynamics of Lex Luthor and what he was actually doing and the plan that he had in the background. And I thought it was amazing. You understood the Martha thing. Everyone got on the Martha.
Yeah.
They hated that. But in the Ultimate version, they talk more about Martha Kent. They talk more about how Batman has lost his humanity and how he's, he just wants to kill this alien. And so when you get to that Martha moment in the movie, he realizes when Superman's saying, Martha, save my mother, Martha, that Superman's actually more human than he is.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of a chilling moment. And so I loved it. So I'm very excited for this version of Justice League because he's going to continue those side stories that they kind of ignored because they brought in Whedon. And we're going to get Black Suit Superman, which is amazing.
That's going to be dope.
I like that opening scene where he's screaming in pain and his voice is so powerful. It's like a sound wave.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was a cool little addition nod. I don't know. There's so much stuff in this movie that's going to be interesting.
And that's the part, I'll go ahead and play devil's advocate here. You're talking about a 4-hour film.
I thought it was more than that.
There's not much getting left on the cutting room floor. I'm a little concerned it's going to turn into a mess. All these campaigns to get this thing in there, is this thing going to be mostly fan service?
I fucking hope so, because they've ignored the fans. If they listened to the fans for the past 6 years, they wouldn't have gotten all these random directors or random cuts instead of the director's versions. They did it with Suicide Squad too. They cut like 30 minutes of David Ayer's like actual plot and stuff, which is why it was basically Ninja Turtles with Harley Quinn. Like it was the same exact movie.
Ooh, that was good.
It was. Like there's a group of people that get together and they gotta stop the person with the energy thing into the sky. It's the same plot as Avengers, same plot as Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like they're all the same movie. They just like it's you ever see those little YouTube things where it's like people redress in Disney cartoons and it's like the Jungle Book, but then it's like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
That's what it felt
Well, that's
like.
what it's becoming, right?
In 2015, they were all released at the same time. It's the same fucking movie. Like how many times do I gotta see it? Like
just different characters, same plot.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. That's all I gotta say about it.
No, I thought it was awesome, man. When you sent me that text, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they didn't, because what they did, I think in Batman Superman is in Justice League they got rid of him and then they hired the company that cut the trailer to edit the movie. So
that was a joke, by the way, guys. I have seen Justice League.
Oh, okay. I watched it on the plane, like on a plane one time, and I'm like, I'm not drunk enough for this.
Hey Johnny,
Yes.
you should have saw Nick's face when you said you didn't see it.
Oh, I'm texting him. He was so mad. He was so mad.
Nick, he was angry. He was like, "Yo, this mother."
I'm like, well, shit. It's our whole show. You didn't see like the big. It's all right.
I gotta set him up sometime.
Yeah.
But so what you think about the scene with the Joker, the new joint? So what y'all think about that? Because everybody been
You see him? Did you see him just take a sip?
yeah. But everybody don't.
Yes,
A lot of people didn't like Leto Joker. Yeah, they didn't like his Joker. So I thought that one looks completely different from what we saw. You got the hood Joker, you know what I'm saying? Rap star Joker, and then we got the crazy Joker.
Little Jeezy. The Joker Easy.
So I like Jared Leto as an actor. I think he's an amazing actor personally. If you research some of his stuff, I thought he was amazing playing Steve Fontaine. He's a method actor as well. So I think he can do well with it if going forward. Not exactly happy with the way it was played last time, but like obviously by the trailer here, like I think he commits himself to it, and it may be amazing. We haven't seen it yet.
It almost seems like he's going to be a guide through the movie with those flash forwards.
And yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, so like I believe it was Nick brought that up. Like that's going to be like you're not going to see him as a star yet. Like it's leading you to that in like maybe 2 years, maybe.
Well, I kind of think that first of all, they cut out not like 80 or 90% of what they filmed of him as the Joker in that Suicide Squad movie. They put him in like 2 scenes, and it was like so they didn't really dive into like his nuance and like what he was doing. So I don't think it's unfair to say he was a bad Joker, even though he was portrayed terribly. Because like he is amazing, like he's an incredible actor.
Right, exactly. Like I said, he's like you said, like again, he's like an actor that he gets into the part, you know.
Yeah, and I think in this movie he's not going to be in the main story. I think he's just going to be in that nightmare flash forward alternate version of Superman. When Superman goes bad, everyone has to team up together just to survive, and that's why he's like sitting there with his, you know, and well, the picture they showed, like he's in the same outfit. He's in the same outfit, and he's in like a jail cell. So I'm thinking maybe they break everyone out to like a last hurrah to fight Darkseid and Superman, and that's why he's sitting there talking about honor and shit. Because like that's why the Joker's such a good character, because he thinks what he's doing is honorable and it's
correct.
It's correct. So when he's sitting there on a car, and now he's friends with Batman, and Batman's not trying to kill him, that's the one thing that like upsets him, is that Batman's not giving him the attention anymore.
So that's why I think it could be interesting to explore, like the guide aspect I was talking about. It's almost like a Hannibal Lecter type role.
Yeah, that would be awesome, and that explains why there's no tattoos. Because if it's an alternate version of what's happening, like if Superman comes back from the dead and then Darkseid takes control of him. Well, I can't read English.
SEID, whatever. SEID, but whatever.
Darkseid from Lost. It's like a mashup.
Saeed from Oz, if you want to go back that far.
There you go.
One of the greatest shows of all time.
True. So yeah, I think maybe, well, and then that's why he doesn't have all those tattoos and stuff, because he never got to get into the crime.
Yeah.
As the world ended, and now he's like just fighting, which has happened in the books and even in those movies. He's fought with people. I think there was was it Superman or Justice League Doom? Was it Doom or one of those where Superman went bad and then they all had to work together and stuff? And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There was
the anime when they went back into another different.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. We'll see about it.
So your doorbell, Nick?
I don't have a doorbell. Oh,
nice.
It was my watch, man.
What's it telling you?
But I can't. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Period, man.
Only a month away, so that's nice. All right, what do we got?
So
can we give like an honorable mention here to the t-shirts in the room? Because last week Matt had on a Superman looking in the mirror and seeing sloth.
I love that.
Today we got Straight Out of Wakanda. Matt, can you pull your shirt up to the camera a little bit? Look at this. Friends with all the cartoon villains. Fiends. But it's with the Friends logo. I got this one. I know this. I've had this one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's the old. I like that. Wu-Tang.
Woo! Johnny's got his. Is it Jocko? Who is that?
No, that's Chris Kyle, the Punisher.
Chris Kyle. There you go.
The legend.
Sniper.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. So what's the next topic on the thing here?
Where do you want to go with it, you think?
WandaVision.
Yeah. Johnny, have you caught up on WandaVision? Did you mention that earlier?
I have not yet caught up on it. So, yeah, I mean, let's school me on it.
There hasn't been any it wasn't anything crazy this week.
Like changes? Okay. So,
here, I'll put this question here since you haven't seen it, and then I want T and OC to jump in on it.
All right.
So the last 3 episodes, Monica Rambeau, who is Photon from the comics, Captain Marvel, she's been saying she has a friend that's an engineer. I have a friend that's an engineer. I got it. he's gonna help us out. We got a friend. She said it in the last 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Okay. So they had the big Quicksilver reveal. We don't know. There was also like Paul Bettany and Lizzie Olsen both said that there's a huge like Luke Skywalker cameo at the end of the show.
Okay.
So right now the internet's going nuts with theories about who the engineer is. Is it possibly Reed Richards? Is it, who could it be? So I'll let them answer first and think about it, because now they have literally access to everyone in the Marvel universe other than the Spider-Man, and even them, they can eat those. T, who do you think this engineer is?
I think it might be Beast, man.
Ooh, that's a
good answer.
I think it might be Beast.
Now, are we talking Beast or are we talking Hank McCoy?
Hank McCoy.
Okay.
Yeah, Hank McCoy before Beast.
Yo, imagine it.
Personally, I think the expansion of the Hex just created all the mutants.
Imagine if he gets caught in the Hex and he starts growing fur, bro. I'll go nuts.
Yeah, I think every single mutant that's going to be the MCU was just created by the Hex expansion.
So, John, they're doing like a reverse House of M.
Okay.
Remember where she like covered the whole Earth.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So it's kind of working towards that. I think by the end of the show, it's going to be the whole Earth, and it's going to be the opposite. I think people's DNA is going to be changed by it, as opposed to her saying no more mutants. It's just going to create them.
Yeah.
But Beast is. I saw someone say that. I think that's a possibility, especially since they might not be ready to jump into the FF yet. Maddie, what do you think?
I hadn't thought about Beast, but yeah, I was with you. I'm pretty sure it was going to be Reed Richards.
I think it might be too early for it. But the next episode is the 2000s, like the Modern Family Office episode. So it would kind of be like real meta if John Krasinski showed up as Reed Richards.
But you know what? It might be Reed Richards, because they've been doing promos where, like little sneak promos with the Fantastic Four franchise.
Yeah.
Did y'all? I don't know if y'all seen it. Did anybody see the commercial? It was like a little commercial throughout the WandaVision thing. It was a spacesuit, and then it had on the side of the spacesuit, it had a 4 with a blue circle around. Did anybody see that?
I didn't
pick up on that. No.
I gotta find that so I can show it to y'all, because I seen it twice.
Was it in the episode? Like
it was a commercial. It was a commercial that I seen. I'm trying to remember because I remember it so well. It was just like a spacesuit, and it was saying something about going out into space, and then they showed the shoot, and then they transferred, and you see a little patch on the suit, and it's a 4, and they got a little circle on it.
Well, you better find that, because that's like a game breaker.
So that's what I'm thinking about that. And plus, Reed Richards is only like he like the smartest man in the second smartest in the MCU. Second smartest in the MCU. So
that was some good analysis right there, catching that patch.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send it to you. I gotta find that thing for y'all.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be Reed Richards yet. I think it would be amazing if it was, since they're talking about Sword and going to, because Sword is in space basically.
Yep.
And they're talking about they actually mentioned missing astronauts. So there were astronauts that got blipped away when Thanos was around that they're blipping back, and maybe they're floating around space somewhere. Who knows? So that could be them. I don't know. I think it might not be as exciting as that. I think it might be like the Skrull she met when she was a kid, and they've just been friends for 20 years. I like the Hank McCoy. I thought that was interesting.
Can y'all see something? Hold on, I found it. Can y'all see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Inspiration.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, but
so y'all didn't catch that? Y'all didn't catch that at all on the TV?
Was it on the actual show? One of the commercials on the show?
Yes, since bigger, blah blah blah.
Put that link in the chat.
Oh, my fault.
Something.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
If you can.
I'm about to send it to you though. I'm on my phone, so I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. I don't know. That's interesting. I'm just trying to think of who else is an aerospace engineer, because that's not what Well, Reed Richards, I guess, is, and so it could be Victor Von Doom. We don't know.
What?
Why not? But it's just try to like who would be friends with Monica. You know what I mean? That's what I'm kind of trying to think.
Well, where they could, but isn't this show like where they pull like somebody out of left field or something, right? Like this guy comes in and is the engineer or whatever.
Well, in order to get back into, I see. In order to get back into the Hex, which is the world that Wanda's created, which they're on the outside of.
Only certain people are there.
So what the premise is like she took over a small town in Jersey, so it's just like the couple thousand people that live there, and she has.
So it's like Wildwood right now.
Yeah, only with less hair gel.
Hey, Eddie and the Cruisers is an amazing movie.
But there's also a lot of theories that Wanda isn't actually controlling her own powers, like someone's controlling her.
Right, like her father.
Well, and I don't think Magneto can control her, but Mephisto. Yeah, Mephisto is like the running theory. I think
I do this, but yeah,
I think the Hayward is Mr. Sinister or someone like that.
Oh, we're back on Mr. Sinister. You guys hated me last week for saying Mr. Sinister. Now everything's right, Maddie. They hated us for saying Mr. Sinister.
But you know what, though? I think you're right because for one, what's the main dude who took over the whole thing? I forgot his name. He was
Hayward. That's right.
Hayward. Yeah, so Hayward. He's been acting real funny. So I'm thinking Hayward's like a main protagonist, like some bad guy, I think he'd probably be Mr. Sinister. He got the high top. He got the high top.
Yeah, people are saying.
See how it changes in a week?
It could be Mr. Sinister. People think it might be Ultron because his number one goal is to get Vision's body back.
Oh, it might be.
And there is a story in the comics where Ultron actually makes himself look human. So it could be him. What's the other one? I think it could be someone like MODOK and like a robot that he's controlling. Like there's so many possibilities because they want that vibranium body.
Right.
What do you guys think about when Vision got out of the Hex and he still had the Mind Stone in his head?
I was scared for him because I knew that he was gonna fall apart. I got nervous. I was like, "Oh man, he's gonna die," because anything that comes through the other side, it comes back to his original state.
Well, no, Monica's clothes didn't. They stayed in her 70s clothes, and that jump rope didn't. Remember?
Oh yeah, but it's still the material was the same. Like when she went through there, she had a bulletproof vest. So basically, when she came back through there, her clothes were still a bulletproof vest, but it looked like 60s clothes.
Yeah, you're right. So do you think the kids are going to die if they leave the thing? They're going to disappear?
I think they're going to disappear.
Oh, no. That might set her off.
But she already set off anyway because of Vision. And then every time she turned around, every time she turned around, she'll probably see, like the first time when we saw Vision with a hole in his head.
That was creepy.
Yeah, that was creepy. Then all of a sudden we saw the other version when her brother was dead with all these shots in his body.
I thought that was interesting because it was Evan Peters' version of him and it wasn't.
Yeah. Yep.
So John, like she lost control for half a second and Vision stopped looking like Vision and he looked like his corpse, like all grayed out with his head ripped open.
That's uncomfortable.
I'm telling you, you got to watch the show, man. Catch up. It's only like 2 hours.
Oh, well, yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think, Matt? Were you just going to say something there?
I'm just wondering, is it possible that Wanda was able to reconstruct the Mind Stone?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Because the Mind Stone can easily explain everything that's going on.
I'll tell you why, and then you tell me why not. Because in Avengers Endgame, in the opening scene when they go and finally kill Thanos says he crushed the stones to the size of atoms, right?
Okay.
So they still exist in the universe.
Okay.
Now there's 6 stones of atoms that went through everyone. That's why everyone got hit with radiation. In Infinity War, Vision tells Wanda, "You're the only one."
You don't take notes. You're looking down.
Huh?
So like you don't say you don't take notes. You're looking down.
There's nothing. No, I'm thinking. There's nothing here that says anything about this. Sliding scale of virgins. It's just simply bar sports, decathlon, fantasy golf. This is the stuff we were talking about last week.
Did you say storm the castle for virgins? Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's like done in the Holy Grail.
Anyway, you were saying? I have to call you out. Just go.
Hold on. In Infinity War, Vision tells Wanda, "You're the only one with the power to destroy the Mind Stone."
Okay.
Because it was created from it, right?
Gotcha.
So I think if she can destroy it,
she can
and
probably
it
repair
still
it.
exists. I think she has the power, maybe not yet, but I think she has the power to pull it back together.
Sounds like a powerful woman.
She's the most powerful fucking.
She's the most powerful being on the planet.
I'm just talking about a woman in general.
Well, they can mess things up. I don't know they can pull them back together, but this is a comic book. But also I saw something. She's like a certain human. I don't know exactly what they call it, but she is the only version of her that exists across all realities. So in the infinite number of realities and multiverses there are, it's just her. She can access all of them at the same time, and she's one of the only few people in the Marvel universe that can do that. So she's like one of the most. She's a god, basically. You know?
That's why she can jump through time.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because there's only one of her. Because if you're going, most basically when you go through time, it's always another version of you. But it's only one version of her, so she can jump through time while just being her.
Well, that's dope, okay. Well, let's just say hypothetically, the X-Men universe is separate from this universe.
Yeah.
Like she is the same person in both of them. And if there's another 1,000 universes, she's the same person in all of them, where everyone else, there's a different version of them. Which is why, like in Spider-Man 3, we're going to see Toby and Andrew Garfield, and there are 3 different versions of Peter Parker.
Gotcha.
All Peter Parker, not all the same person. So I think Doctor Strange might be one too. I'm not sure.
Powerful Doctor Strange.
The powerful Doctor Strange. Ooh, baby. All right. What are we going to talk about now? So I know you guys wanted to talk some sports. Johnny, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. Oh, all right. So I'm sure Maddie, you probably know. So J.J. Watt was released by the Texans by request. Now he could have been traded. He could have been done a lot of things. I want you guys' thoughts on what this would go, because J.J. Watt is widely considered the best defensive player in the National Football League since Lawrence Taylor. So by doing what they did, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, all time. Yes, he said some back surgeries, but what his net worth is out here, and I told Nick in my text message, and it's weird that he left me on this talking like this. It's kind of creeped me out. And I'm just gonna ramble now. So I was gonna compare it to because some people, as the Texans fans and whatnot, the owners are giving him shit as they agreed upon a mutual upon release, but technically doing what he did is a job. And releasing him off of that, doing that, there should be no ill will. He did his job for 10 years, was one of the best, if not the best player, in his position in the past 30 years. And how would you guys react to that? I know, Matt, I know your feelings about probably, I'm hoping I know your feelings. As Tom Brady, Gronk. Nick, can you get me off of this? How, there we go. Thank you. How the reactions would be of a guy like J.J. Watt. Again, now this is more comfortable. How, what are you doing? Don't ever do that again. I just had to ramble there, which I generally do. Yeah, shut up.
Anyway. You talk amongst each other.
So, yeah, anyway, that was the main subject of it. J.J. Watt, he was released. So they didn't have to basically trade him, right? And this is where it's going to lead into a different thing here. So they didn't have to trade him. They didn't do anything. He asked for his release. They released him. And he can go anywhere he wants. But, Deshaun Watson has the same thing. They don't have to trade him. And now I'm talking net worth here. JJ been in the league 10 years, one of, if not the greatest you've seen since Lawrence Taylor. You've done your job for 10 years, and they just are like, they mutually like let you go.
So
Like,
what happened? What happened? Why is he released?
all right, so
Like,
JJ,
what released?
basically the Houston Texans aren't very good right now. Okay.
Okay.
So JJ he's in the middle of a contract. Now he's one of the best, if not the best in this. You don't have anyone else queued up for me, do you? The best defensive player since Lawrence Taylor. Okay. I think that's widely considered okay. Aaron Donald's still playing. And he just doesn't like the situation he's in right now. That's JJ, yeah. So he didn't like the situation he's in. He's like, his dream is to get a Super Bowl ring. Now he's older. He's been in the league 10 years. Okay. Now he was released. Now, who is under contract is Deshaun Watson, widely considered one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He is under contract. He's been in the league 4 years, put up some numbers last year, wants out.
Yeah.
But they won't trade him because he's under contract.
So look, let me ask you this. Okay, this what I'm trying to get.
Sure.
So if JJ Watts they just let him go.
Yep. Out of what they said is out of respect for what he's done, they just released him. Like they could have kept JJ and said you're not going anywhere, but they just cut him. Now Deshaun Watson is literally saying you're taking everybody away from me. They took DeAndre Hopkins last year. They took now that JJ's just gone. Deshaun Watson is in a situation where you're not letting anybody around me, like you're not making me better.
So that's what I'm wondering. Why are they just leaving Deshaun Watson by himself and not putting players around him? Because if you're taking away players, how you gonna build? Do they got what? Okay, so what picks do they have in the draft? Do they have like number 1 picks or something like that?
No. Previous coach traded them all away.
Right.
Bro,
This is
so how this man gonna have anybody to help him?
Yeah, Houston is a dumpster fire right now.
So where I was going, I was going to ask you, Big T.
It all starts at the top. The leadership is
correct.
They brought in a former chaplain from the New England Patriots who is now running football operations. You're not going to get a single free agent that wants to sign there.
So now, Big T.
Your best bet is draft, and you don't have any picks.
So now even JJ Watt's leaving, who's been there for 10 years. And Deshaun, who is one of the youngest, most talented quarterbacks in the league, he can't leave because of his contract. Now they agreed to waive JJ's stuff because he's been there for 10 years. It's almost like if you've been in a job.
How long has Deshaun Johnson been there?
4 years. Literally one of the best quarterbacks. There's records. He's breaking records.
But he's only been in the league 4 years, right?
Right.
Right.
Yes,
sit down and shut the fuck up.
Oh wow! But hold on. Okay. Oh, I like this debate. That was good.
Give me a
Hold on.
break,
Nick, this is where I was going with it. Okay, hold up though. JJ's been there for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And he's on the 3-time defensive player of the year, broke all these records, and done all this stuff. But you know what? Maybe Deshaun's looking at this going, hey, remember, this is where, how about this? Think about this like a job. Think about it like a job, right? I've been in this job for 10 years, right? I want my job to succeed. I get paid more money if we go this way and up, right? I've won all these awards, literally historic. I mean, Aaron Donald's going to break it. But JJ's won all these awards, and now 10 years into this, and you're not giving me any more weapons. So JJ's like, okay. And then they cut him. But then Deshaun, the new leader of the team, he goes, JJ's leaving. They traded away my best offensive weapon, DeAndre Hopkins. How can that be our leader is what I'm saying. If you were at a job, think of it as a job.
It's exactly why I told him shut the fuck up and sit down. Because first of all, what have you done for the Texans? You're not JJ Watt. You didn't make people fans of the Texans. There was no fans of the Texans 10 years ago. I don't even know if they've been a team.
What I'm saying is he did his job though.
That's okay, John. He's basically a rookie. He's only been there 4 years. Sit down, shut up. You're not. JJ Watt's earned his stripes. He earned his.
I'm the biggest JJ Watt homeboy in the world. You know that.
But he's a quarterback. How you gonna be now? What weapons do he have? If you're a quarterback, but it does matter because if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, how in the world you going to go ahead? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
3-year plan, 4-year plan. You've been with them for 4 years. They have to rebuild. I understand where he wants to just leave and front run and go to whatever. He wants to just pull Eli Manning and not be on
That's
the
what
Chargers.
that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Pull it. Don't you ever say Eli Manning, by the way.
I know. I'm just trying to,
No, Eli never left, you fuck.
he decided not to play for the Chargers. I'm not doing that.
It's called a business move.
Okay. So my point is that JJ earned it. He's been there 10 years, and they're not going to get a ring in the next 3 or 4 years. His career is likely not going to last much longer than that because he gets beat up. He's like on the line, right? So
he's the best defensive line, literally the best since Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, it's not a Tom Brady situation where you're in the pocket and you're not getting hit, you're not getting crushed. This guy's getting hit every play of the game. You're telling me linemen have a bigger longevity than quarterbacks, John?
Oh no! What I'm saying is, Jay, I think I want to listen to Big T, and actually, I want Maddie to chime in. I think that guy. Have you ever seen the picture of this guy? Like he's literally like crazy, like the way he does his stuff.
I used to, my friend here is a Texans fan. I used to hate when we'd play them because he would just fucking hurt everybody. He's a monster, but he's not the problem. He played there for 10 years. They're giving him the respect because
that's what I'm going with.
He's made that team hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
Correct.
With merchandising and ticket sales.
I have a JJ Watt jersey.
Just by his name.
His name.
Yeah, just by his name.
He's also one of the most like giving people in all of sports. He's always doing charity work. He's like he's brought that team so much notoriety and fandom, even from like none of us here are Texans fans. We're all fans of JJ Watts. He earned it. Yeah. Tell me what this quarterback has earned. Nothing. You sit the fuck down. You rebuild the team with your team. You're there. You're stuck there. It's going to take a couple years. But yeah,
I don't want to cut you off, but I think Big T was just saying that. Like, well, when you are the quarterback, and again, I'm the biggest JJ Watt homer to begin with, but like Deshaun, like he's sitting there watching his teammates go away and like his weapons. I believe you were about to say that, Big T. Like, how's he supposed to?
All right, go ahead, T.
No, seriously, if he don't have any weapons, bro, to throw to, or anybody who can, help him out, of course I'm gonna be mad. I want to leave too. Everybody else leaving.
But at the same time, after they traded away Hopkins last year, Watson still signed an extension.
He did.
So it's hard to say, they're taking all his weapons away. He's forced to stay there, but he signed the extension.
Now, Matty, did he know that though? Did he know that they were trading? He's claiming that they didn't know they traded that they had traded Hopkins when he signed.
Unless my timeline is off, I thought Hopkins got traded first.
No, but what I'm saying is Deshaun is saying that he didn't know. He wasn't communicated with that they were going to trade DeAndre Hopkins. So it's like you're trading my best receiver. JJ's leaving. I just threw for – now, they had a terrible year. Yes, they were 4th. But he threw for 5, led the league in passing. So it's like this guy is very talented. But, like, here the only reason I brought this up is just because, like, look at it like it's a job, right?
My question is, he's supposed to be the leader of this team.
Okay, yes,
and he's being a fucking crybaby. You took away all my weapons. Well, guess what? The coach, the previous administration fucked everything up. So you're still our guy. We're still going to give you the money you're getting. We need to rebuild, and you're here. You signed a contract. I don't know what's in a couple more years.
So, like, show up is what you're saying?
Show up, man up. Do you think? What are you going to tell me? Like, what's another terrible team in the NFL? The Eagles, maybe. Like, you think that quarterback there is just going to sit there and complain? Oh, they got.
It's interesting you brought that up. Yeah, Maddie just started laughing. That was the wrong team to take, brother.
But whatever, like. They should all just shut the fuck up. Like, they're supposed to be the leaders. I understand you're like upset that someone leaves, but you can't be like, well, I want to leave too because you guys aren't helping me. Like, guess what?
Can I leave? How about
it's not?
Then how does that not work?
You don't own the Texans.
How does so how does that work? And so this is let's all remember this is a job for them, right? Technically, when you break it down, it's a job. So it's like you just said right there. So it's the NBA now. It started in the NBA.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say.
I was leading you into it. It's a job, right? It's like, where can I find if you really wanted to, like JJ Watt said, his dream coming up was to get a ring. So right now, he doesn't have one. He didn't see one doing it with the Texans, right? So he went. Now he can pick where he wants to go. So if you lead it to the NBA. It's just like, yeah, what those guys think about is I really want to win a championship. That's what they want.
Kevin Durant.
KD. Like, not
so
ring
what?
hunter. Yeah, I'm gonna say exactly right. I was gonna lead this right into it. Actually, I was gonna lead this into some hoop talk here, like a little hoop talk. I would love to do that actually, but yeah, like
I think they're a lot different. I don't think they're that.
I don't know. Both. They're all seeing it as a business.
Yep.
And they're realizing who has the real power.
now they're starting to realize it. Yes,
Quarterback is the most important position in football and possibly in sports.
left tackle.
No quarterback.
Okay, yeah. Well, they kind of go hand in hand.
Tristan Wirth. Did you see the thing I posted today? He let up one sack today. One sack this entire year. That's Tom Brady's left tackle that was drafted as a rookie out of Iowa. Giants missed him.
Mm.
Yeah, left tackle. You know, Tom Brady didn't get touched. He got sacked one time.
Yeah, but I mean, the right tackle helps with that too. It's not like they're just rushing on the left side.
You can
That's
see
called
the
the blind
right
side,
end.
buddy.
I hate sports soccer.
So hold up. What's the guy name? What's the left tackle name again?
Right now, Tristan Wirth. Exactly.
Tristan
you know who he
Wirth.
is. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll just do a breakdown here if Maddie doesn't want to do it. I'm guessing you've either read or saw The Blind Side.
Yeah.
Michael Orr, who actually became a guard in the NFL, but that was created because the most important position in sports, NFL, is the quarterback. Generally, the right-handed, meaning the left side, like that tackle, is the most important because he can't see him coming. That was, again, changed during the late 80s, early 90s, where a person like Lawrence Taylor was out athleticing them. And then people came along who were like now 6'7", 300 pounds, but can move in space within 3.6 to 3.7 seconds. Your feet are that fast. That's why it's called the blind side. Literally, the second most important position in the NFL is the left tackle because it protects what you can't see. It gets that big I don't really want to get into football. Yeah, but Maddie knows. Yeah.
That's dope, though.
I just went down a tangent there.
Because I'm talking about old school. Talk about old school. Lawrence Taylor should knock them motherfuckers out, bro.
My favorite player of all time.
Lawrence
I still have
Taylor
it hanging in my
Hey,
Lawrence
kids,
Taylor should
don't do crack.
out.
That's my favorite player
Hey,
of all
kid,
time.
don't do crack.
Was that from which movie was that from?
Waterboy.
That's right. Hey kids, don't do crack. Yeah. So, you have anything to say about that, Matt O'Connell? Oops. Watch out, full name drop. We have 2 viewers. So you're in trouble.
That's okay.
We have so. I'm going to share this and we're going to blast it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying before. Players are kind of realizing the power that they have. You know, they've been so long where the billionaires that are running the team really call the shots. And 9 times out of 10, if they want to keep you, they've got that franchise tag that they can keep you with. And it's getting to the point where the guys are realizing that, I can force my way out of here if I want to. I mean, Christ, you had James Harden showing up in a fat suit, for Christ's sake.
Hey,
Did anybody catch that? Nick, I don't know if you know what that means. Somebody explain it.
So James Harden tried to force his way out of the Houston Rockets.
And he did.
Yeah. He was successful with it. He shows up to shoot around, and he looks 50 pounds overweight.
This is real, Nick. I mean,
he gets
for
traded.
real.
The next night, he comes out for shoot around, and all
Nick,
that weight.
Google it.
This is the type of shit we should be talking about, not sports stats and like.
Oh yeah, you showed him. Nick, Google it.
I don't need to go. Just tell me about it.
Look, that joke was funny too. He
Yeah,
came
so
out there
he
shooting
was
around in the
hilarious.
fast
He wore
suit.
like a legitimate, expensive
Yeah.
movie quality fat suit.
I mean, like
You
he was
don't
under
think
his
got rid
warm
of
ups. Yeah, like he looked like I'd give him 50 pounds, Matt. What do you
Yeah,
guys
it
think?
looked like he was like wearing over 65 pounds, bro. And then when the next day you saw him,
And he showed up for the Brooklyn Nets. Like, oh, this dude's in shape.
I'm like, how do you lose all that
I would
weight?
go to the Nets.
Anybody handle this? Did you just say that? Somebody handle him.
The
Why
Nets
we
are
go to
not
the
the
Nets?
Nets you remember.
AD
The
and
Nets-
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Also, Jay-Z finally got everybody he wanted.
Well,
Well, what do you think? Again, what do you? I want to get into this. Man. No, I think. By the way, by James Harden's most recent comments, I think it's going to work. Like, he said, like, I finally have to be a point guard again, because he said that when he was in Houston, he felt that he had to average 40 points a game just so he could think his teammates would win. Now he said, I like the option to not have to do that. And then Kyrie said, I'm the shooting guard. You're the point guard.
Okay.
What do you all? I don't know. I was going to say, I set that up for Big T.
I think defense is what's going to sink them.
Only thing I can say is ISO gang. That's what I'm gonna say for now. ISO gang. That's every time you see them, they go. One of them get the ball. It's ISO every time.
What's that mean?
Isolation, just one on one.
Nick doesn't know. Just tell him.
1-on-1. Like they clear. No, you good, man. It's like they clear. It's like they clear the floor. Like it's just like 1-on-1. Whoever they guard.
Like, so they're basically going to go to the sidelines, Nick, and like it's 1-on-1. As in, like, say, who's ever the top of the key, Kyrie might take it to the hole, basically.
Yep, ISO.
Yeah, I believe, Matt, you just said, though, like defense is the downfall, right? Well, wasn't that what people would say the downfall of Golden State was?
What you talking
like not
about?
having a defense?
NBA don't have defense. What you talking about? NBA don't play no defense, man. What you talking about? Look at these games, bro. Do you be seeing these games? They be 100 something.
Oh, I watch them. Oh yeah.
No, what the defense?
I love the NBA.
There's no defense though. Come on now.
That's why the NBA is still playing. No one's within 6 feet of each other anyway.
Did you see the game the other night where Luka and Porzingis combined for 83 points?
Hold on, they combined for 83 points.
Luka had a triple-double. Luka hit like 46. I believe he had 12 assists and 8 rebounds. And then Porzingis had like something crazy, like 40. Yeah, it was nuts. Google that, Nick. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'm not Googling it. If it asks for sports, you fucking Google it.
One thing I want to tell you real quick. I know it's off subject, but check this out. So, I don't know exactly what date. Do y'all know who the Thundercats are?
Like the cartoon?
Yeah.
Pretty darn.
Just making sure, I know we all nerds here, but just making sure. So,
Thunder.
So I don't know exactly what day, but I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. So Thundercats and Puma has a new shoe coming out.
I'm intrigued.
Hold on, I'm about to show it to you. Booyah!
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You see the Thundercats something on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they come. I don't know. They're supposed to come out sometime next month. I'll put it up again. There you go.
There you go. Oh, that's cool, man.
It's
My
dope.
foot's too big.
I wouldn't wear those though. I'd have to like keep them up in my shelf.
I want them because they're Thundercats.
Well, yeah. I mean, Linos, how could we not want that? That's all the answer.
Yeah. Easy, Pedro.
Everybody loved Thundercats.
Yeah. Oh, who is it? Villain Mumra? Mumra's the shit.
Yeah, Mumra, the ever living.
Ever living.
The ever living.
It's a terrible person.
So,
Mumra.
So Nick, can we talk about you?
About me?
We're talking about Nick?
Yeah, talk about Nick.
Why?
About your car. Can we talk about that? Or we
I'm sorry,
wait?
what?
This just in. It's not done yet. Maybe we should wait till.
I thought he said something else.
No, it didn't end with a hard K.
I was like, what now? Took a left turn.
It's stupid, man.
I know. I already showed it, but this is going on that bad boy. What's up?
That's
In
it.
Florida, you only have to have a rear license plate. So
that's gonna be dope, bro. That's gonna be dope.
So technically, they actually make this. All right, so I don't think anyone knows on the show. I'm building a replica kit. It's almost done, but they actually build. It's not that expensive either, and what it is it's a license plate. So it goes underneath your bumper, and you hit the button, and it comes.
Yeah, you put it on Facebook all the time.
No, I don't, because I've never put it on. I've never put it on at all. Or the car. I'm talking about, motherfucker. In Florida, you don't need to have a license plate on the front of your car.
Okay.
You don't have to have it. You only need to have it on the rear. So there's 0 cars in Florida with license plates on the front. So what I'm saying is they make this little motorized thing that goes underneath your bumper.
License plate. Okay.
You hit the button and it'll take the license plate like this from underneath the bumper. Let's say this is
I understand.
it goes. So now all of a sudden you have a license plate, and then you can hit the button again. It goes back down. Beep, beep. Anyway, I was thinking about that.
So you gonna get that? That'll be dope.
Thinking about it.
Since you have, so if you take your once you take your car to like shows and stuff, you can show the kids that stuff. That'll be dope, man.
Yeah, I want to get one of the little speaker systems, with like a little microphone.
Yeah.
And because I have an outdoor speaker already on it because it talks and stuff. But I could do it like if you're at Universal Studios in Florida where you talk to the water fountain.
Yeah.
Like, hello, what are you doing? Y'all love your shit. I think
do you have can you find something like similar to Alexa but with kid voice on there?
No, they don't have one. There is a guy that he took I don't know if you guys remember like Macintosh computers like 10 years ago before Siri had a kind of talk to do stuff.
Wow.
And he basically went through and took like those 500 files and then subbed in kit shit, like kit MP3s. Yeah. So if you were to like give it a command, it would respond in a certain way. So there's a guy that has done that. There's a lot of like it's all like one person in the world does it, like, or this guy does it or that guy does it. So it's not like accessible. Okay. But the car does have Siri, so long story, I could always be like, hey Siri. The way I get around it though is like I have a Apple Watch app and that has like 10 phrases plus a theme song. So I could be standing outside the car and hit something on my watch and it'll be like, hello, this is the voice of Kit, blah, 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 blah. It's only a certain number of responses.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How are you going to pull off Hasselhoff's hair?
Oh, I'm going to keep a wig in the car. And me and my, I already talked to.
My entire life, I had to drop that one.
Oh no, I'm not.
I'm bald since I was 21. I had to drop that.
My lady right now. We already talked about going thrifting for bomber jackets.
I could actually, get that bomber jacket, man.
To keep the bomber jacket in the car with the afro and aviator. So if anyone ever pulls up and wants like a picture, I'll just throw that shit on her.
You got to get them tight black leather pants too, man. Them pleather.
I'm only one man. I can only do so much. That might be my cutoff.
Next thing you need to work on is the DeLorean now, so you can get one of these.
Oh.
Whoa! Wait a minute. So you were foreshadowing your watch when you were looking at
that was a setup, y'all did.
Nice payoff, by the way.
Who's laughing in the background?
Flux capacitator.
Is someone in your basement laughing at you?
No, this is my grandpa, man. You back there?
What's up, grandpa? Actually, ironically enough, the mechanic that lives near me that worked on, what did he do? He put my new brake system in the car. He owns a DeLorean.
Dope. You guys, when you go back over there, can you take a picture for me?
Flag on the play clipping.
If he got it around.
It's original. It's not like all modded out, but it's yeah.
No, I would just like to see one because I never only one I've seen in my whole entire life is just on TV. I never seen one like real.
Yeah, for a specific reason.
You want to see a real one through a picture that I send you?
Yeah. Like I never seen. Based on it's like I never seen a DeLorean without all the stuff like with all the
There's a
stuff.
You know what happened?
All the bells and whistles of what Doc put in there.
This is true. They it was like the only car that company came out with, and when they went out of business, they had all of the parts. So you can literally, it's in Texas. You can call them and order a brand new DeLorean off of the line for like $50,000, and it's built with all the original parts.
Lock it.
Dope,
just go for it.
But then do all those mods is like, forget about it. But according to my mechanic, he's like a lifelong mechanic. And he's like, I fucking hate the thing. It's the hardest car I've ever had to work on. So,
Well, that's how you know that that's a good mechanic.
well, it's also probably because it's from the future. He's living in the past, like most of us.
Anybody touching this one?
But
Because the creator, first because the creator was coked out of his mind all the time.
Oh, I was just setting you up there, Maddie.
So we should end the show and do the after hour show, which we don't have any topics, so we just bullshit. But I'll start it over. We'll go live. We'll go live with the after hour. We're not gonna have any topics. We're just gonna fucking talk about bullshit.
I thought that's what we were doing this entire time.
We had a loose format.
Loose format. Either way, it doesn't matter. Content be content. All right, let's see. Or we can just, you know what, we'll just do something. I think I have to cut it off. All right. I won't stop and start over. All right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna stop it.